You're listening to My Grito Podcast Network, celebrating the culture of Chicanos and Latinos one story and voice at a time. Listen to more My Grito Podcast Network shows over at mygrito.net. Connect on social, on Instagram and Facebook at My Grito, the My Grito Podcast Network.
3, 2, 1. Santos.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
What's going on, man?
How you doing, bro?
Good. You?
I'm all right. Why are you wearing that? Oh, no, it doesn't say Dodgers.
No.
Never mind. They're all...
It's a branded one. It's a sad day in LA.
Yeah. Well, hey, think about it, bro. The Cholos right now, dude, they're all sad. Why? You got Art LeBeau. He died.
Damn.
Fucking, lowrider oldies guy. And then Dodgers. So if you know any Cholos out there, go give them a hug, dude. Because they're like, hey, dog, my team, man. My Art LeBeau. Fuck, hey, I'm sad, dog, My primo over there, fucking, he's just sad too. But yeah, fuck, dude. It's just like, I mean, I don't follow baseball, but that's all I kept seeing. Everybody online, they're like, fucking Dodgers, man. They're all sad and shit. And I thought you were wearing Dodgers.
Oh, no. This is actually, I wore it because, I mean, in spite of all the Dodgers and stuff, but it says it's donuts.
Yeah.
I love donuts, right? Donuts never lose.
No.
You can never go wrong with donuts.
I mean, you can in this way because, all right, if you go to fucking Winchell's or Yum Yum Donuts, they taste very processed and fake. Mm-hmm. Like they don't come off like a real cake donut like you would go to a mom and pop with the pink box and shit. So that's the thing. Like if someone's like, "Hey, I got donuts," and you walk in and it's Winchell's, you're like, "Ah, man, I don't want fucking Winchell's. Get out of here."
These aren't donuts.
Yeah, but if you go and it's a pink box, you already know, like, oh, this is gonna be good. You open it up, French crullers and shit, fucking old fashioned. You're like, oh, these are good. I saw you lick your lips. You're like,
yeah, I was like, fuck, dude, what are you doing, man?
You're like, shit, man. It's like, did you bring some, bro? Oh, man, the fucking maple ones, with the bacon.
Dude, so I was expecting you to come in your Cholo Brown outfit.
Oh, we repeat last year? Nah. I'm imagine, dude. Fucking. Nah, I didn't want. I mean, I just wanted to be me. Because, you had me on last time, but we were all in, like, costume character and shit like that. You were what, Rick James, right?
No, well, yeah, it was Rick James.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're Rick James and shit.
I told him he looked like one of my tias.
Yeah, well, that's what
you did. Yeah,
I
that's what you said.
I was like, this fucking guy, I'm like, I don't know. Fucking mi tío, the one that works the grill at every party and shit. He's like, ¿Y quieres asada, güey? Okay, espérate. That's what you look like, fucking with the mustache. He's like Rick James. It's like, what?
It's like,
I know.
90 degrees and somehow they're still wearing that pink suit.
I know.
At the carne asada.
Yeah, right. What the fuck, But also, too, like, when I look at Rick James, at no point did I ever see him wear that color. Like, at least try or something, Like, but I'm just fucking
I thought I hit it. I thought I got it. No?
If you wanted to be, Rick Theo, then probably. Theo James. Yeah, you got that guy.
He was Rick Jaime.
Yeah, Rick Jaime. Oh, yeah, there you go. There you go. A correction right there on my part.
There we go. No, but welcome, dude. Welcome.
Yeah, man. Thanks for the invite. It's great to be here. You're not that far from me, so that was actually pretty fun. I was like, oh shit, this guy's right down the street. So yeah, it was. It's cool. But when I came down, it reminded me because I used to do Uber, and we stopped this fucking drunk driver guy like right here, like right literally at the corner of what is it, East End and Riverside. There's like this lot. Yeah, dude, it was fucking crazy. You were probably going to ask me a question, so I just talked over you, so I apologize. But it just reminded me of that. I was like, oh, shit, this is the area where we fucking stopped the guy and called the cops and everything. They came. We held them until they showed up. So I was like, oh, fuck, I know this area.
Damn.
I've been here.
Oh, yeah, Bleachers is just right there. Great. It's a great bar. I'm pretty sure the guy was coming away from Bleachers, a sports bar.
No, we were at over there where the 60 is, like the...
so it was more over there.
Like where it's already the 71. So we're just at a light, so we're gonna go left, fucking, east or whatever. And on the other side, the exit, it's when you get off the freeway, it goes straight like that. Well, we see a car fucking go up the embankment, like fucking crash through the fence, and we're like, holy shit. And it just fucking like stops, and we're like, dude, we just witnessed an accident. Because I had a passenger at the time. And then out of nowhere, we see the truck just fucking drive through the fence again and just take off. So right away, the guy calls the cops, and we say everything we just witnessed. And they're like, well, don't try to follow, so on and so forth. And we're like, all right, whatever. But the way I'm supposed to take him home is the way that guy went. So we're like, well, fuck it. We're going to go follow him, we'll see what's going on. So we start following him and just fucking smoke, dude. Like, we're like, holy shit. And out of nowhere, when we're right there, the East End and, fucking where I think there's a barbecue place right there.
Yeah.
And like a pit field and shit. He pulled in there and he fucking got stuck because the fence was still stuck under his car. The tire was fucked up. Shit. And he was there and he gets out and like, the guy's like, hey, just pull over. I'm like, it's your ride, dude. Like, we're, we'll just pull over. I'll turn it off so you're not being charged anymore. I'm like, let's go. So we pull over, we get out. And the guy, he wanted to leave, but we like start like, hey, no, just like talking to him and shit at the same time while the guy's talking to him. I call the cops like, hey, we just called. He's here. We have him. Like, we happened to pass by, so we stopped, and we're just, he's like, all right, don't let him leave, We're like, yeah, we'll try. Like, we'll stall, whatever. And yeah, the guy's like all like fucking, hey, guys, sorry, I hope you try to shake our hands. And we're like, get the fuck out of here, dude. You could have killed someone and shit. Yeah. So, yeah, and we hold them off. Cops come, they take like a report from us and all this shit. And then after that, we're like, me and the guy, we go, and I'm like, hey, don't worry about it. I'll take you home. Like, I know I'm not charging anymore because there's no... It's like, this just happened, so don't worry about it. So I took him, and yeah, it was fucking nuts, dude. We're like, holy shit. I mean, I did Uber for a year, so, there's a lot of fucking crazy stories and shit, people fucking having sex in the car and
really?
Shit like that. Yeah, dude. Like, I picked up this couple from this bar up in Hollywood and shit. And then, like, I play chill wave music because it's like, I only work nights because it was the first year when my son was born, so I would watch him all day. And then my wife would get home, I'd nap for an hour, and then I'd take off around 7 or whatever. And once I hit downtown, I turn it on. So from 8 p.m. till 4 a.m., I was driving. So I only did overnight. So I would get people who were drunk and shit. So when I play some chill wave, I want people to come in my car and relax and shit and fucking just be calm, because, people are going to drinking. So, and the music's not loud, because it's just made to fucking relax them. So I don't have it loud, and then like this couple comes in and shit. They're like all happy, and clearly they were drinking from the bar. And then out of nowhere, I hear the zzz. What? Like, oh shit! Like, and I'm driving, like whatever. And fucking yeah. And then a little bit, like I start hearing.
What?
I'm like, what the fuck? Like, oh shit. I'm like, and I'm not gonna turn around, so I don't know. I have no idea if it was the fucking hand or the mouth, but I'm like, hey, you know what? Fuck, as long as you don't dirty my seats, like I'm okay, Yeah, shit like that. Like I remember there's one time like this girl knocked out, dude, fucking just passed out in the back seat. I get to her place and I'm like, the fuck do I do? Like, I don't want to touch her. Like, hey, wake up, shake her and shit. Because what if she's like, hey, you fucking touch me, please? And I'm like, so
me
I didn't
to
know.
You?
Yeah, like, fuck. So I'm like thinking like, hey, hello. Like, hey, we're here. Nothing, just fucking out. Like, So I was like, I got an idea. So right away, I hit the gas and then hit the brake right away. And she fucking went,
brake checker?
Yeah, and she fucking, and then she's like, huh? I'm like, oh, hey, we're here. And she's like, oh, okay. I was like, God, fuck, thank God, dude. Yeah, dude, like, yeah, it's just some crazy stuff. The one guy fucking, like, I'm driving and he starts, like, feeling me up on my arm and shit. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, and I was like, dude, I'm like, hey, don't touch me, bro. Like, and he's just, like, trying to get all fresh. He was clearly drunk, too. I was like, and right away after
you would hope. You would hope he was drunk.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I mean, well, hey, I guess, fuck, if he was sober, at least, like, all right, if I get trapped,
right?
That's nice, But he's drunk, so I probably whatever. But it's like, hey, but no, fucking, he. Once I dropped him off, like, I fucking right away called it, reported it, and shit like that, because you can, and they could get banned from like Uber and shit like that, It's like, you want to do any more report? I'm like, nah, it's just this guy, like, fucking, nothing more happened. He was just trying, but like, he could have done it to anybody else, and it's just like, it's not right, right. And just instances like that. But like, yeah, Uber, it's just some crazy nights, fucking driving around all late in the hour because it's fucking, you get the drunk peeps.
Have you had anyone throw up in your car?
Oh shit. This is the one I keep telling, I share with people because I posted about it and people were trying to figure it out, right? And I keep responding back. I'm like, and they're like, fuck. Okay. So right here in Old Town Pomona, there's this bar and fucking
which bar? Do you know which bar it is?
No.
Crazy J's?
I don't know. Like, because I'm not a drinker, so I don't even know bars and shit. I don't know bars, bro. You know, fucking, you know, so that for me, that's it. But fucking no beer. But I like, that's like the rowdiest fucking place. Like, anytime I got people there, were always the drunkest. Compared to anywhere in fucking LA, that was the spot where, like, if I get someone there, I'm like, fuck, man, I'm gonna have issues. So I picked up these 3 girls, 2 in the back, 1 sits in the passenger seat. So we're driving on the fucking 10. We're gonna go to Rancho Cucamonga, like right close to the fucking Ontario Mills. As we're driving on the 10 by mountain and shit like that, out of nowhere, I start hearing the girl that's on the back right just. And I was like, oh, fuck. And we're on the freeway.
It's ready.
We're on the freeway, so I can't. And then out of nowhere, I just start hearing the and like the splashing and sloshing. All that shit. I was like, fuck. And I'm like, and then her friend in the front just kind of looks at me, and I'm like, I can't pull over right away because it's not safe. I'm like, I'll try to pull over as fast as I can. And I'm just like, fuck, dude, she just got it all up in my car. Like, fuck. So I finally able to pull over on the side on the embankment right down the freeway. Opens the door and throws more. I could hear the fucking splashing. And I was like, man, like it's gonna be a mess. In which they pay you back, like Uber and shit. They charge them and for cleaning fee and all that shit. And we finally get there. I drop them off, and I turn around because it's still, I have the light off and shit like that. And she was wearing like a dress, tight skirt or whatever, and all she had was a sweater. So there was no, and her phone, no purse, no nothing like that. And I look at her and I'm like, okay, I don't really see anything on her. And then once they get out, I pull forward a bit so they don't see me. Then I pull over and I go in the back. Nothing.
What?
No vomit anywhere. And I'm like, the fuck? Like, where did it go? And I was like, holy shit. Like, and I'm like looking everywhere and I'm like, nothing. And just like when you open the door on the very side, almost outside, there's like a little bit there. But I'm like, okay, that's when I pulled over. But where did it go? And I posted about it and people were like, oh, she did in her purse. She didn't have a purse. And they're like, oh shit. And then they're like, oh, maybe she swallowed, she didn't really throw up. I'm like, no, I heard the splashing, this and that. Like, and like, I couldn't figure out, no one could figure it out when I posted about it. And I'm like, the only thing we all thought is that she fucking threw it up all in her sweater. Yeah. And then when she got out the car, she fucking put it back on and all covered in vomit and shit. And I was just like,
oh, she must have did it on her friend, right?
Maybe.
On all her friends?
Yeah, you know what? It's like, now that I think about it, maybe her friend had a fucking purse and said, here, give me the purse and bleh, or whatever, but I mean, I don't know. Like, it didn't get in my... That's all that mattered. I didn't get vomit in my car, and I continued fucking picking up passengers. So it's just like, I didn't mind.
See, we all need Uber drivers like Santos, because you stop the drunk driver, you stop people from getting unwanted groping.
Yeah.
I mean, and the mystery vomit story.
Yeah. And then also too, because I don't like, talking to people in the sense of, because I don't know how to have conversations with people. Here I could do, it's a podcast, so of course. But like, if we're just like out and about, say you just like, I don't know what the fuck to say. If I know movies and shit like that, then maybe we could start yapping away. But like, just holding a conversation, I see you, I can't have like, I don't know how, right? So I was probably one of the best Uber drivers for people, because the moment someone got in, I would just confirm where they're going. Tell them just, make sure you put your seatbelt and enjoy your ride. And I wouldn't fucking bother them whatsoever. If they wanted to talk, then I would talk.
Absolutely #1 best Uber driver in LA, dude.
I would stay quiet. So I wouldn't bother them. Let them do whatever the fuck. If they would talk to me, I would respond.
Right.
But I wouldn't bother them. And they would tell me sometimes, I'd be like, yeah, like, this other dude, I just right away is trying to talk to me and this and that. And I like that you just stay quiet. I'm like, yeah, like, if you want to talk, I'll talk. But I don't want to bother you. Like, I'm providing a service for you, and you probably just want to chill, relax. It's the end of the night, so I'm just gonna stay quiet and get you where you need to go. And I wouldn't fucking talk to people,
Yeah, sometimes you get those Uber drivers, and that's all they want to do is just hold a conversation with you the whole way to your destination. And sometimes it's like, dude, I just want to. Like, if I'm hungover and I'm getting an Uber, like that's where I would be like, I don't really want to talk, man. I think I'm good, But hopefully they would pick up on my cues, right? So, I mean, I don't know. Can you tell them like, don't talk to me, right? You can has that happened to you? What? Like anybody tell you don't talk to me? Well, you didn't talk anyway, so it wasn't even matter. Best Uber. Can we get a trophy for him?
Right? Yeah. And after that, I left that job, started delivering weed. So
there we go.
It worked out. I still stayed in the car, but instead I delivered weed. So
you want to plug in the cannabis shop that you used to work at?
Well, the one, it was a part of Green Wolf Dispensaries. It was over there in Los Feliz, but then we left them, moved to another spot, and we just became a part of Ease. But they were, before I left, because now I'm working somewhere else, they were going to build a new dispensary right there. So I don't know what that became.
So is it Green Wolf? Because I shop at Hyper Wolf. Is it two different?
Yeah, those would be different. It was Green Wolf. But we would use the service anytime someone ordered it was Ease. So we would come around on Ease and shit. And
so that's like a third party. It's like a third party company apart from the dispensary.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of like fucking like, you know, when you order a pizza from Little Caesars and shit. They use DoorDash to get you your pizza. Yeah. So it's not necessarily like the person is like, you know, Little Caesars is working
employee.
For, yeah. So that's how it was. So I was a part of that dispensary and Ease. So I wasn't working for Ease. I was a part of, you know, them. But then once we left them and we went to the other spot, then we became fully Ease until now. I don't know. But I mean, I left right before that. So I'm no longer working there. But I mean, it's why like my podcast has changed completely because of my new schedule. So me and Freddie, we just fucking find it hard to find time to record. Before I would like, you know, it'd be 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Freddie, you want to record? Yeah, you know. And then we record. I go to work, you know, because my schedule was all crazy. But now, like I barely fucking like I have 2 episodes I need to edit. I haven't had the time. It's just, you know, fucking always busy, and then, you know, I got the family, the little kids and shit, and it's just tough. I mean, I'm hoping by tomorrow we'll have a Tommy Boy episode.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Because we recorded Tommy Boy and Dumb and Dumber. No. Yeah. Dumb and Dumber was. But just haven't posted it. And we were supposed to record Superman, but our schedule just got fucking crazy. So, you know, it's just one of those. There's like, hey, you know, if the people listening and they're like, oh, you know, check this guy's podcast. We have a shitload of episodes. Yeah. You know, I'm just hoping that we'll be able to get some new ones out. And, you know, it's just one of those. It's up in the air. Am I going to continue the show or not? Because the schedule is kind of different.
Really?
But yeah, it's just one of those. But I was like, you know what? I'll do the podcast. Because originally when you asked me, I was like, maybe I shouldn't. Because it's like, we haven't had the time to record. But I was like, nah, you know, I'll do it. I want, because you know, it's fun to be a guest on a fucking show and shit like that. You know, it's just it hasn't been a time where it's been me and Freddie, because again, our schedules are fucking crazy, and plus he wouldn't have been able to come down. But yeah, so it's just right now the podcast is just one of those where like it still exists. It's just when we'll get episodes out, I don't know.
What's the process like for you guys for like a movie podcast? Like, do you guys watch it together? I mean, how does that? How do you usually prepare for that?
I mean, all it is this, where he watches it at home whenever he has the freedom, and same with me. Okay. We take notes, and then at that point when we get together, we just talk about it, you know? And I like the notes I take are more like I'm just trying to build comedy on the on the fucking show. Like I'll see something and you know, I want to try to create a bit. So and we'll run with it, you know, and that's really pretty much as the show. So like we have like best of episodes where I pulled those moments of like someone,
nice.
Someone wants to know like what is 88 miles per hour podcast. Just listen to the best of. We posted it earlier this year. Listen to the best of episode. There's 2 of them actually we already did. One of the best of 2020. No, 2021. I'm sorry, 2021, and then we did the second part, which was 2020. But if you listen to that, it gives you the best example, and it's just me and Freddie talking about like a movie, and then we just start creating like scenarios and bits and shit from the episodes that we did, and it's just comedy, and that's what I really like is like we don't review anything. We don't, because that's not there's plenty of fucking reviews. Plus the movies we're watching, chances are you've seen it. Like I mentioned Dumb and Dumber. You probably grew up watching that fucking movie. Like, you don't need a fucking review. What am I going to tell you? Like, hey, the plot and, you know, fucking, hey, the writing is great.
Hey,
You're
don't
like,
ruin it for me, okay? Don't ruin the ending for me,
like,
right?
Like, you know what's up. Yeah. Like, so it's like, all we do is revisit the movie and we just talk about it. Like, it's like, oh, yeah, you know, and we'll always connect life stories with that. That's one of the main things we do. So, like, for instance, me and Freddie are like a 10-year separation. So, for him, when a lot of these movies came out, he was probably like in high school already or like early 20s. So he has a different mind frame of when he saw this film. Where with me, I was fucking younger. I was a kid. So we connect those things also to how like when we saw it, how we saw it. And did we go with him being like, did he go on a date with someone, or did he go with his family? And me like, oh, I went with my family, or I saw it on video, and so on and so forth. So that's what we do. And like I said, it's like we pull things. It's like I'm trying to think like when we did RoboCop, you know, out of nowhere it became like International RoboCop, and like we just pulled this whole skit from that shit where like, you know, fucking if you don't wash your hand, because it was like COVID at that time, it's like, you know, RoboCop's gonna come and fucking put his thumb up your ass and shit, you know, fucking force you to wash your hands and all this shit. Like, and we would do like little bits like that. Like we saw like what am I trying to think of? Fucking Wall Street, and there's a scene where fucking Charlie, have you seen Wall Street? Yeah, like, so Charlie Sheen at the end, he's wearing the wire and shit, and Michael Douglas like beats the shit out of him, and he wants him to, and with that we just started talking about like, what if you fucking pulled out a ballot and shit, and he's like, you pinche pendejo, you know, and we just we run with that shit, you know. And it's like there's a lot of like those bits where it's like for my focus is comedy. Like I want to try to be, you know, entertaining, and it's like you come on, and half the time sometimes we don't even fucking talk about the movie, and we just go off to left field and shit, and it's fun, you know. And that's how I see it. It's a good thing. Like the best way to describe it, like I'll share you the clip if you want to share about the show, is where American Werewolf in London, where we created this thing where it's like fucking two cholos.
Yeah.
That's
they were awesome.
Cholos, you know?
Yeah.
Little Puppet and Joker and shit. And then we started doing the voices.
Do you have the clip up anywhere?
Yeah, it's on fucking YouTube. I mean, not YouTube. I'm sorry, on Instagram.
There, I have his thing pulled up right there.
Oh, right on.
Do you know how far down it is?
I recently posted it, so if you just keep scrolling down. Yeah. Probably should have did like the click the reels part, and then but keep.
Oh, there we go.
You want to go on the reels?
Yeah, go to the reels. Right, yeah, right there.
I want to hear this. That sounds funny.
All right, let's see. So I post a lot of videos and music videos and shit like that, but I also try to create little skits and stuff with like my posts to keep going. I'll tell you. You'll see like the two cholos walking watch. Like,
that's awesome.
Let's see. It should be coming up right now. Sorry, I post a fucking lot.
So you run the page.
yeah. It's all me. Fucking. Oh, maybe I didn't fucking post it. I'm like, I thought I did. I mean, you know, either that or I fucking. Oh wait, hold on. Go up. Let's see. Oh well, there's the best of. Let me see. Go down.
Go down.
Oh wait, no, that's just fucking music and share. Maybe like click the one on the left, where it says the best of 2021. Let's see if that's the one. Right here? Yeah. Is that it? Oh, that's fucking. And
everybody, the mailman, the neighbors.
I'll go up to the.
Y'all start dancing, and my favorite part is there's this cop giving a ticket to a cholo.
The Mind Buzz is powered by Mind Buzz Media. Mind Buzz Media is an on-site video and audio podcast production company. Have you ever thought about starting your own video and audio podcast? Or do you have an existing podcast that you want to take to the next level? Mind Buzz Media brings a professional podcast studio to you. Visit mindbuzz.org for more.
And then she just started dancing, and the cholo like, "Hey, can I go? What's gonna happen, dog?"
Then he starts pop locking the fucking. I'm just gonna pop lock my way out of here.
You're like, maybe she won't notice me. Yeah, I'll leave and do some windmills.
Hey, turn on the fucking hydraulics.
You know? And the cop just leaves, and he's like, "Okay, so what do I do?"
Yeah, everybody was dancing. Grandmas, everybody, dude. La raza came out dancing in the streets, dude.
Yeah, he's like, "Orale, let me show you some stuff."
Just dance, man. Oh my god, yeah, I'm putting gas. You gotta dance. What? But I'm putting. Fuck yeah, I'm gonna go dance, man. The guy doing tacos. Hey, dos por uno. Wait, everybody was fucking dancing.
Man, even the ice cream man, dude.
When I watched that scene, I was dancing too. I was like, fuck, I'm gonna get up and dance. Shit.
Because they're all going down the street.
That's funny.
Do you guys have TikTok on there? I'm about to message you guys a thing on your Instagram.
Pull it up.
There you go. I just sent it to you right now. So if you actually click the link on your messages, it'll send it to you. I mean, you'll be able to.
Did you send it to the Gilbilly Delic one or the Mind Buzz?
No, are you under Mind?
Yeah, we're on the Mind Buzz.
Okay.
Instagram right here.
Here goes. I'm about to send it right now. All right, just click it and there you go.
You know what I like about movie podcasts? Because the movies that they like talk about, I haven't like, sometimes it would be something that I haven't watched them in a long time, but okay, we found it.
There you go.
Yes.
So for David and Jack, they're gonna be two cholos. That's what they're gonna be. They're gonna be two cholos.
Oh, dude, that'd be awesome.
So it'll be Little Puppet and Casper. They'll be walking through the foot. They're like, "Hey, dog, you hear that noise? I don't know what that is. It sounds like a dog."
Hey, oh shit, what is that over there?
I can't see, man. You have better eyes than me, dog. I don't need my carrots. Like, let's keep walking, dog.
I wait.
I got me, dog. Help me. Why are you running away?
Fuck, it's a chihuahua.
You're still mad I hooked up with your sister, dog? Hey, come back.
The neighbor comes out. Hey, cabrón, why are you kicking my fucking chihuahua? I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a wolf. Aquí me dijeron que había un lobo. Perdón, carnal, perdón.
And then the next day, I'm at the hospital. Hey, Casper, dog, you gotta kill yourself, Holmes. Hey, you see me? What happened? This isn't nice.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Did you see the nurse who's attending me? I'm not gonna kill myself. You kill yourself.
You know, right? You're right, dog. That hyena's pretty hot. Eh?
She's pretty feeding me.
You know what? Just wait a few weeks. Be the werewolf, dog. Hook up with her, but then once you're done, you better kill yourself because you might kill.
I don't want to kill me.
Yeah, you know what? Hey, that's all right. You know what? Hey, fuck it. Hey, go ahead, kill people. Hey, that lady's nice, man.
Yeah, I'm not gonna kill people. I might turn to a wolf, but hey, man, I'm gonna be the cool Mexican werewolf who eats tacos. Hey, that's me.
There you go, dog. Every time when you're gonna turn to the werewolf, do it right next to the taquero. So that when you turn, you eat the meat, and then that's it. You'll be fine.
I'll be fine, eh? Órale. There you go. Un mexicano lobo en Londres.
There we go.
So for David...
So it's shit like that, you know, fucking... I don't know why I have a bad fucking memory. I mean, once I hit 40, dude, I can't remember shit easily for some reason. But yeah, like that's literally what 88 is. So when you tune into 88 Miles Per Hour podcast... You'll hear us talking about the movie and shit like that, but we try to build up scenarios in little bits, and we create bits like that. So it's pretty much that. Like those two scenes is like we did fucking Breaking, and there you go. It's like, you know, my attention is like, that's why when we watch Breaking, we did Breaking 1 and Breaking 2, and in that scene, a cholo gets a fucking ticket. Like he's like, there's a cholo on a lowrider, and then the cop is right there, and she starts dancing and takes off, and that caught my attention because my focus on, I don't care about the fucking plot. My thing is like, this cholo is like, what the fuck? Like the lady took off. Like, do I go like or what? And that's really where the bit goes, you know? Because it's like, I thought that was funny. So that's what I do when I'm watching these movies. I'll find scenarios and things that like stand out, and I'll like try to run with it with Freddie, and then he'll be like, he'll jump in and shit like that, and we'll have fun with it. So it's pretty much what 88 is.
So that process, has it ruined it for you? Like when you watch like new movies, like are you always in that like comedy mind frame where you can?
I can enjoy a film, you know, because it's like when I know. See, that's my process. If I know I'm going in for the show to do 88.
Oh, okay. You just turn that on.
Yeah, I turn it on, and that's my focus, is trying to find like notes. Like we haven't been able to do Superman, but I have notes on here where I try to find things, and like I already know, like for instance, like you know, what's his name, Marlon Brando. During that time, fucking he stopped caring and shit. You know, Godfather, what's his name, Robert Duvall had to wear fucking like the like all the his lines on his chest, like on fucking cue cards, you know, stuff like that. So. He showed up for Superman, fucking Marlon Brando. They paid him his money, he did it, and he fucking bailed. He's like, fuck it. So like I already wrote like an idea of like you know, to have fun with that, like where if he's gonna show up and be like, you know, and then like we'll start pretending we're like the fucking producers, and like that's where I'm gonna try to go with it, because Freddie knows how to feed off of that. So I would try to create a bit off of that, you know. So I'll write specifically in that to see where we can go with that. And it's kind of like when we did La Bamba, and the whole movie is fucking about Bob. Like, where's Richie Valens, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why it's like Richie was a fucking clean cut kid. He had no drama in his life. And we started doing like the producers, like, you know, he's like, oh, we want to fucking do a movie, and he's like, you know, what do we do? He's like, hey, you know, La Familia, hey, Bob, hey, fucking, let's do it on him. Oh, he's crazy, and we went that whole route, and it's just like, and that's where we went. You know, my little brother joined us on that episode, and we had this whole bit about the producers and talking about, you know, Bob and La Bamba and fucking, hey, he rides a motorcycle. I was like, yeah, you know, Richie, okay, he's fine. But the brother, oh, he fucking beats his wife. You know, let's write about him, you know, and shit like that, La Bamba, you know, and all that. And that's the whole process of what I do when it comes to my show. It's like, can I create something a bit, you know, because it's like, again, it's like, when you tune in, I want to entertain you. Yeah. You know, I want you to come in, have fun, laugh. And then, you know, and then turn off the show, and then that's it. You know, it's one of those. It's like the world is crazy right now, so it's like, why? How about we give you an escape for just that hour, right? You know, hour and a half.
How long have you been doing the podcast for?
Originally, 88 started in February of 2014. That's when it started. Wow. I originally started podcasting in August of 2012 when I was doing the other one with my little brother and my friend, where that was the BrotherBear podcast, but I love 80s. Like, that was my main thing. So we would always joke whenever I would bring up 80s on BrotherBear podcast, and they would be like, oh, the 80s and shit like that. So it became like where we were going to have some guests on, and one of the guests, like, I would always talk to people like beforehand and get to know them. I mean, you probably do that shit too. Like, you already knew me, but the first time, we were kind of in conversation back and forth and shit, because you want to know who the people are. And one of the girls, loved 80s, so we kind of just developed a conversation of like 80s, and we made a joke like, oh, we should start an 80s podcast, and we're like, oh shit, we should. And that's how it started. And originally all the episodes are there, you know, but if you listen to that whole first fucking like 2 seasons or whatever, where it's me and her, I'm pretty much about trying to give you trivia about the movie, any insight, everything. And it's more like a series. Like, there is funny moments, but it's not the way me and Freddie are. Where it, like, when Freddie first came on, it was a whole thing, because it's like, you know, the other day you posted your shit about fucking, like, you know, the whole drama with the podcast and all that. Like, we've never really had drama minus what happened with my old hosts. And at a certain point where my first host, like, she just stopped caring. Like, her passion was gone. She was in college. So it was one of those, like, fuck, I want to record, but it would be like, imagine this, like, you and I were about to record, and I tell you like 5 minutes before, like, hey, I'm not going to be able to make it. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, and that's what would happen with me and her. Like, I'm watching the movie, I'm getting ready, and then she'll like tell me, you know, or I wouldn't hear from her until like the next day, like, hey, sorry, I better. And I was like, you know, and she was young. She was like 19 at the time. So her life was just, you know, in a different road at that point. So I brought in one of my friends on. I'm like, we should record. And then every now and again, she'll join us. But then she officially just fully left. So it was just me and him. And we started doing the podcast. And there was this girl I met at work, my old job. And she loved 80s. So I brought her on because, like, he went holiday to fucking England or some shit. So I was like, I want to do a Christmas episode. So I'm like, you know what? That'll be a test run. I'm like, hey, you want to record a podcast? Like, sure. We ended up doing Christmas Vacation. I thought she was great. So I'm like, perfect. Now I have someone new. When he came back, we're like, you know what? All three of us. And we started doing that. All three of us doing the podcast. And then at one point, my schedule changed where I started doing overnights of working. And they were only available at night. And I'm just like, fuck, like, I can't record at night. I'm tired. Like, you know, I got graveyard shifts. So then we just stopped recording for a while. And then my buddy, he was like, hey, can I take over the show? I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever, you know, fucking, I didn't tell you this story last time, right?
No.
Okay, good.
I don't think so.
I'm like, I don't remember what we talked about last time. But I was like, yeah, sure, you know, go ahead, you know, as long, you know, you could pay for it, because right now I've been paying for it. You pay for it, you could do the account, you know, and you could be, you know, doing 88 for now, and, you know, I'll come back at some point, whatever. And he's like, all right, cool. So he starts recording with her. And then, no, he starts recording with his cousin, because his cousin was going through some divorce or some shit. So he wanted to get his mind off of stuff. So they started recording. And then they brought back that girl who was recording with us, and they started the show. So at that point, they had 88, like, they were running it without me for that while. And then I started doing other shows. I did a show with my wife, you know, because when our cosplay that blew up with the whole Han Cholo. Yeah. And then I started doing some like Disney podcasts where it was strictly all about Disney Plus and shit like that. So it was like, all right, you know, and I was going to try to bring back BrotherBear podcast with my brother and my old co-host. So we're like, all right, cool, you know. And at one point, I was like, you know what? I want to have a website because I have a whole built website called BrotherBear Network because I'm like, dude, we got 4 fucking shows, 4 podcasts. We have a whole network now, the BrotherBear Network. This is fucking awesome. So I wanted to have all these things, but he didn't want to give me access to the show. Like, I'm like, hey, I need links. Like, I need passwords. Because I want to go in there. I want to connect it to the website. And he started like having issues. He's like, how is this connected to, you know, such and such? And I'm like, what are you talking about? It's fucking BrotherBear Network. It's a sister show. Like, it's all one, you know? And he was having issues like as if the show is his and I'm trying to steal it back, but I'm like, no, the show was always mine.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Like, you know, and it started having issues. And at one point I'm like, what if he doesn't want to give me fucking passwords. So what if he tries to take it away? And I finally figured out the password. I logged in and I changed it. Oh. And he got fucking mad. Like, that bothered him. Like, as if I didn't trust him and shit like that. And so they wanted to do a Zoom meeting, and I was like, all right. So we did a Zoom meeting. They basically came on and said, we're like, hey, yeah, we're done. We're not going to, you know, do 88 no more. I'm like, really? I'm like, oh, that fucking sucks. I'm like, all right.
It was both of them? Both of them quit on you?
All three of them. Yeah, all on a Zoom call. Fucking all 3 of them, you know. And I was just trying to tell him, like, dude, like, I just wanted to have everything. Like, the show, you guys could still fucking do it, you know. And I'll come on every now and again because, like I miss the recording aspect of, like, how the, you know, the groups and all that. And I'm like, but I was like, you guys, the show, you guys could still fucking do it. It just every now and again I'll want to come on, and you know, there's like all this stuff where it was just like, it was just getting shady. Like, I remember there was the Christmas episode. I wanted to repost that, and he's like, oh, I don't know, it's gonna mess up with our algorithm and shit. And I even tell him, like, they brought me on to do it or what, some shit. Yeah. Like, hey, whenever I'm available, this and that, and they would never like hit me up to come back. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? This is kind of weird. So they were just acting all weird and shit. And yeah, when I did that, he's like, yeah, it's just, it upset me that you changed the passwords and, you know, you didn't trust me and stuff. And that's what I'm like, all right, whatever. So they don't want to do the show anymore. So I'm like, fuck, I just have 88 just laying dormant. So I'll bring it back. And I did it by myself. And then no lie, they ended up starting a whole new podcast without fucking, like, it's literally 88 miles per hour podcast, just a new name, you know? And I was like, and I saw that and that fucking like hurt me, dude. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? Like you up and quit, like all this, you're doing all of this because you had issues that I wanted passwords. Like, really? Like, what the fuck? Like, I was trying to build for us to grow even more, like a website so people have access. It's going to show our story, pictures, all this stuff. And you fucking like, dude, and I just felt like backstabbed, you know? Like, it's like, oh yeah, we feel like you're too controlling or some shit. Like, so we're going to go start our own thing, you know, our own 88. So they became like competition. So it just bothered me. And then it didn't help that one of their friends from his cousin, like one of their friends started fucking trolling me. Like, he would go, there's a comment on my fucking, the ratings or whatever on Apple Podcasts where he's like talking, because it's like, out of nowhere, I had to like fucking change the whole format because these guys are gone. So I did a whole episode where I was like, people are asking like what happened. So I'm like, all right. And then, like, that's why, you know, I told you, I'm like, hey, I'm like, because I tell this to everybody. Whenever I see shit, I'm like, fucking, all it is words against whatever. I'm going to put it on blast, show receipts, and then that's what we'll, like, so then it doesn't become a, like, is this true, isn't it? Yeah. I'm like, so I fucking did a whole episode with receipts, you know, because I'm a fucking hoarder when it comes to Texas, and I have everything. Yeah. So I read everything. I had it all there. So that's why. So their friend posted that shit. They were like, he's like, oh, this episode really whatever, blah, 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 and so on and so forth. Like, he was just like, oh, talking shit. And then he posted something on the actual 88 wall. And I have this buddy who's like from the East Coast. He's a former wrestler, but he's a fucking entrepreneur. This guy rocks the fucking game and like everything. He has his own hot sauce, comic book, all this stuff. This guy's like way fucking up there. And like he came on as a guest. We did Young Guns 1 and 2, and I told him, I'm like, yeah, like this guy, look at what he fucking did. So out of nowhere, he's like, all right, he's like, let me handle. So he went and he fucking just flat out told him, like, look, you know, you need to tell your boy to fucking knock it off. It's like, I have a 10 times bigger following, so you do not want to get on my bad list because then I will call you guys out and you guys are going to be trouble. So let's all play nice and stop. So right then and there, fucking the comment, and I didn't get trolled anymore. And, you know, my boy just fucking backed me up because he's like, dude, he was like, what the fuck? Like, at this point, there's already separation. I'm not doing anything to them, but then they got their fucking friend, like, trying to give me shit. Like, come on. And going and posting on my fucking wall and trying to say, like, oh, your show sucks. They're much better. And I'm like, so after that, it stopped. And that was the last of any drama. And, like, I haven't talked to him, and it sucks because, like, I was really good friends with him. I was like best friends because he was actually at, because he was a youth pastor at the time. So he was in church and stuff, and he was there. He for when my son passed away, for the death certificate, like, you have to have someone else sign it, and he signed it for us, so his name is still there. We have the thing there, and because of him, we were able to use his church to have the funeral and everything. So he was really there for me, but then it all just fell apart over the fucking podcast, you know, like, because it's like, again, over passwords and shit. And it's just like, I thought I was just fucking stupid. I was like, really? Like, all that fucking thrown away because it's like, you know, and I even found episodes where when I handed it over to them, like, for the meanwhile, they're literally saying, you could come back whenever you want, return, you know, the show's still yours. I'm like, look at that shit. You guys literally said, we all said it. The show is fucking, it's still mine, but you guys are just borrowing it for now, and I can return whenever. And the moment I wanted to, because I had a new job and it allowed me to more freedom, they were like, hey, hold on, what's going on here? Yeah. And they just fucking changed the dynamic. And yeah, that was the first and last of fucking any drama when it came to 88.
How long ago was this?
During 2020, because I remember...
2020.
Yeah, during our Zoom call, we had just talked about the shutdown of COVID. We had just talked, it was like, hey, they just announced, they just shut it down. And it was that day, because I think earlier that day they announced it. So it was like Thursday or maybe Friday, I think. And yeah, they just announced the fucking shutdown of COVID. So that's how early it was.
Damn. So you were working with these guys since 2014?
Yeah.
All the way up until 2020?
Yeah. Well, one of them came on, I think, in 2015.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A little bit later.
Yeah. Like their episodes that I did with them are still on the feed. So if you go early enough, you'll see those episodes with us. And I mean, if you go to BrotherBear Network, they're there. I didn't fucking get rid of them. Like, they were a part of the history. So if you go, you can see our whole history of 88, and it says like what seasons and when they were around. So that's the only thing. The only thing I got rid of is their episodes without me, because I didn't want any fucking confusion. Because when I took over the show and I started trying to network and make new friends with podcasts and shit, people would go and listen and like, oh, I want to hear this movie, and then they would tell me like, oh, that was weird, like I didn't hear you, like I'm like, and it just became confusing. So I'm like, you know what? And it wasn't a situation like, oh, fuck these guys, I'm gonna get rid of it.
Yeah,
I had it there for a while, but I'm like, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. If you want to go listen to an episode because you want to hear me, but then you're hearing three people and you're like, who are these fucking people?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not there. It just became confusing. So I'm like, I just scrapped all their episodes. If I'm in it, then you'll hear it, you know? But other than that, it's just like, that's the only reason I got rid of them. But if you go to the website, they're there. It shows them who they are.
Dude, how does it feel to do a podcast, like podcasting this long, since 2014? Like, it's just, the market has been flooded with all these different other podcasts, including this one. So, like, how does it feel? Like, I wish I would have started fucking that long ago.
Well, see, here's the thing. All of this shit that you have here, like, that was not fucking easy in the early days. Because they didn't exist for fucking podcasters. Like, now you could fucking spend under $100 and get a whole fucking setup if you want, you know? And there's all these pages, apps, fucking microphones are all cheap. Back when, like, we literally had one microphone, and me, my old co-host, and my little brother around the fucking mic. It was like one of those snowball fucking Zoom, whatever, the mics right in the middle. And we just had to talk loud because it was $100 and we couldn't afford more.
Right.
And it just plugged in directly to my computer because it's like, we didn't have access to this shit, like all these microphones. So that was the one thing that was hard, because it's like, when I look at people now and their whole setup, I'm like, fuck, you have it easy. It's like, I loved fucking filmmaking and all this. I had those big cameras. I would make movies at home and shit like that. And I didn't have the editing software because it was so fucking expensive. So in high school and early 2000s, like I look back, I'm like, man, like I wish I had all this shit, but I didn't. Now I look at the fucking kids today, dude, they could fucking make a whole movie on their phone. There's editing system, you know, get the music, all that shit, because they have it easy access. And I'm like, man, and that's how it was in the early days of podcasting. I didn't have any of that access, so it was different. But also, too, the market was all comedians, like mainly comedians.
Really?
You know, it was like, and there were other people starting a podcast, but it was so easy to just like, we're out there, and then boom, we like blew up. And like we even started doing live, like in the studio, like in not like similar to this, but we actually went somewhere in Whittier, and it was a whole setup. And every Monday night we did a live show. All those shits on still on YouTube. You could see our old episodes.
Can we pull those up?
Yeah. Let's see. Go to YouTube, and then just type BrotherBear Podcast. And so we used to do it under this thing called Rant Radio Network. There it is. Not that one. See, that's actually like one of the intros. But if
Is this it?
no, that's just us going around filming. Let's see. Keep scrolling down.
I was watching your
right there. Go up.
I was watching your Han
Right
Cholo interviews
Oh,
earlier
really?
today. Yeah, it was
They're really
hilarious.
funny.
Comics, movies, TV, video games, cartoons, stand-up,
And many more geeky things.
This is the Brothers Bear Podcast.
live.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Brothers Bear Podcast, recording once again in the city of Whittier. All three of us are here.
Yes, I am your host, Sanch. And as always, I am joined by...
Carlos Medrano.
And Schwetty. Schwetz.
What happened to your old name from last week?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
What's it called?
I don't really like that name either.
Okay.
Amethyst Rockstar.
Yeah, there you go,
Boy.
Amethyst Rock.
That
All right,
felt-
so you're
that felt
back.
kinda
You're back
weird
to
now.
Shwetty. Awesome. All right.
Awesome.
And right now, ladies
in
and
the game.
gentlemen, we are joined by a very special musical guest currently right now sitting in with us. Hopefully they could switch the camera, but I think they're busy.
I don't even remember which episode this is because it was so
Hold
fucking
on.
long ago.
Please
Damn.
introduce yourselves, guys.
Hey, what's up? I'm Steve. I play bass in the band.
My name is Robert. I play lead guitar.
I'm Rick. I sing and I play acoustic.
Oh yeah, and see, and we
Awesome,
would
guys,
have
and right now
live,
we're gonna be getting
live
into
acts and shit like that.
the
come
band.
in.
Oh,
Rough
sweet.
Enough, right? Rough enough. We have such a huge show in store right now, but no time to waste. We're gonna get into the shout outs. Schwetz, take it away.
Shoot, you let it all out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our first shout out
See, and
goes
what I would
to
do
Image One.
is-
goes out to the Dylan Garcia for being on the air last week with us.
Thank
sitting
you,
in.
Dylan, man.
Yeah, Dylan, it
cool.
was
Good
a
stuff.
great fun time. Awesome interview with this guy. Yeah, seriously. I mean, he got
Yeah, like
real,
if you actually
it
go,
was like a
just
real
put in Brothers Bear Network on the links. Just put Brothers Bear Network. No, on the actual like website.
Oh, got it.
Just put brothersbearnetwork.com. Yeah, that was the one thing about this show because we, like I said, and we had, you can see it's
Yeah.
a fucking huge studio, and we like every Monday night, dude, we would hit like fucking huge ratings. Like I think
Really?
like the highest would be like 8,000 live views.
Damn.
Because I would like keeping track. Oh,
Yeah.
go all the way to the top. Like, yeah, right there where it says in studio guest to the right. Yeah, see, so those were like all the people we would have come in. Like we would have, because my little brother is a stand-up comic, so he would bring in all his comic friends that he met and shit like that. And yeah, so it's just like every now and again we have guests come in and fucking have a good time and shit like that. Like, and it was so much
Oh,
fun.
dude, Dylan Garcia. I went to high school with that guy.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah,
Holy shit.
yeah, I went to high school with him.
Yeah, that was one of the. I
Is
think,
he still doing comedy?
I don't think so. I know my little brother was telling me that like I think he had issues with like drugs and shit, but he's like,
Really?
he's cleaned up. I think he has a kid and stuff.
What?
Yeah, because he was one that he started working with fucking Gabriel Iglesias.
Really?
He started like he would like his mentor and shit, and he was starting to blow up. But I believe that's what happened. Like I think he just like with drugs and stuff. But like I believe now he's gotten clean and sober. So I don't know if he's going back to comedy or not. But yeah, it was just one of those things like. And it was fun, but like because it's like there wasn't so many of us out there, and also too, we were a geek related news things. So what I would do is like whatever news I would see, I would come and bring it up and we talk about it, and then we just have fun, you know. And there's my little brother, my old co-host, like, and we would just fucking fuck around, tell jokes. Like I had a segment called "You Know What, Fuck You," so that's kind of like a little bit of like 88 a bit. So like I would see something in a movie and it would fucking bug the hell out of me.
Yeah.
So I would talk shit about it, you know, and that's what I would do is like, okay, and then that's what it would be. It's like, you know what, fuck you, like, because it's like it doesn't make any sense. And I would see something like it just made me mad, like for instance, like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, like there's a scene at the end when after they find out that they found the will and they're all gonna survive, the camera pans and you see every fucking cartoon happy, cheering, like, yeah, and then you see fucking Bugs Bunny and he's fucking like all like whatever, like half clap golf. I mean, what the fuck, dude? He's like, your life was just saved and you're all fucking sad. It's like you cared more that you fucking were gonna go play basketball for some aliens in space, but yet your life is fucking spared. You're not gonna be in dip, and right. You're all like, what the fuck? I don't give a shit. Like, fuck you. And then that's why I would be like, you know what? Fuck you, Who Framed Roger Rabbit and Bugs Bunny. And I would do segments like that. You know, my little brother would do movie reviews at the end of the episode, and then at the very end, we would have a song of the week because it would be the segment where the other one, Shwetty, he would do song of the week and shit like that. And yeah, that was what the show was, and every Monday, and then that's where the whole Han Cholo came in, where we blew up and shit like that, and everything. We're like, oh shit, like, and it was cool. So our viewership started fucking blowing up even bigger at that point. Oh, it's gonna probably knock off because of, like, you know, there's that. But the company Rant Radio Network started asking for us to pay more money to be in their studio, and we're like the highest rated fucking show. They went out of business and shit, so I could say all this shit. And they wanted more money for us to be in studio. We're like, we're not gonna fucking pay, like, what the fuck? And it's just like it became all stupid, and they ended up firing us. And there's a video we did when you looked up BrotherBear podcast on YouTube. I took their email, and the dialogue that the fake boss is telling us is what literally the email said when they got rid of us. Because we did like a whole thing like we got fucking fired. Because it's like, so we made a whole skit about it. Because like, what the fuck? And that really like killed the show at that time. Like, we're like, what the fuck? Like, because it's like we were the highest rated show there. They had a bunch of other shows, and we got the most ratings, and they got fucking rid of us. And they replaced us with some other show that was barely getting like 1,000 views. We're like, come on. Like,
just to make a point, right? Just to make a point because they wanted more money.
Yeah, and we're like, whatever. And then like our engineer, he was like, dude, they're fucking dumb and shit. Like, and yeah, and that's really what ended BrotherBear at that time, in which we did bring it back. And now we do it with me and my little brother. It's just me and my little brother, but because of getting our schedules, it is so fucking hard. Like, we started it, I think fucking last year. And we only have like maybe 25 episodes, and maybe it's like, in reality, we should fucking be up there already, but it's rare, like, for us to get together. We talked about it over the weekend, and he's supposed to come down and record a new episode, but it's like that one, that's full on fucking comedy. Like, we're just reminiscing, having fun, just talking about stuff from the past and geek entertainment news, anything that's related. And we just have a good fucking time and laugh our asses off, you know? It's like, and it's just, I don't know. It's just one of those things with like BrotherBear. Like I said, the only drama we had was, you know, getting fired and shit like that. Yeah. The wwhole Han Cholo and all of that.
Yeah, but that's real world stuff. It's not like something on Instagram or over the internet.
Because like I don't get why
nobody's getting fired, nobody's losing money, like, no one's losing studio time
with all these fucking, you know, Latino fucking podcasts and shit. There's so much fucking drama.
Why we can't even have a podcast? Like, come on, guys.
It drives me fucking crazy because like once I came back and started doing 88 and shit like that again, and building up and networking, it's when I started seeing the drama. But it was always the fucking Latinos. And, you know, it's because fucking, I mean, you hear it from comedians where, like, you know, like George Lopez has said that, like, you know, they always bring you down and shit like that. We're like, oh, did you hear, you know, Frankie got a new job? ¿Cuál? En marihuana? You know, en marihuana? Like, fuck, you know, they want to bring you down. Maybe that's what it is. We're all fucking haters, you know? So it's like, let's just say, you know, you fucking end up getting picked up by some huge network or some shit like that, you know, and now you got all these big time celebrities. everyone's just gonna fucking hate you. You're like, instead of being like, oh fuck, all right, Donna's over here, you know, I'm fucking doing a good job. They're gonna be like, oh fuck that guy, you know. He's like fucking his feet smell and shit, you know.
Don't
I don't
hate
know.
me. Don't hate me.
You know, and it's like, and that's why like. And like all the drama, like I'm the one that's in the middle because I don't have drama with anybody. Right. Like, but I'm friends with everybody. It reminds me of 6th grade where like I had my friends that I always knew growing up in the street where we went to school. But then I had my also friends from school, so there were different groups, and they didn't want to hang out with each other.
But the thing is, I was being nice. I was being nice, and I got that out of association.
Yeah,
out of association.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably what it is. It's like fucking you're friends with someone, and it's like fuck you type of situation. Like I said, that's what fucking happened to me in 6th grade, and at that point, it's like, but I mean, I'm in the middle. Like I'm cool with everybody. I don't give a shit, dude. I'm like, why am I gonna hate you? Like my drama was internal when it came to my friend, but it wasn't being like, you know, fuck Mind Buzz. Like look at this guy over here. Like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm like, well, and even if like. It's like if you did something like for some reason you wanted to like make fun of me or some shit, like I would just be like, okay, like I would just fucking ignore it. But if I had something that where you're lying, I'm like, and I have receipts, I would just post it. Like I don't give a fuck. I'm out. Here you go. This guy. Here's the truth. You want the truth, ladies and gentlemen? There you go. You decide for yourself. But I'm not just gonna be like, you know, I'll fuck this guy. Like, you know, no, that's not me. You know, it's like I said, I'm cool with everybody. I just don't understand why us Latinos. In the podcast game, had to all hate on each other. Yeah. Like, we got to be a family.
Exactly.
We're the fucking minority. Dude.
Yes.
Like, come on. Like, we should be building ourselves, lifting ourselves, like, not fucking hating on everybody else. Like, I don't know. It's just, it's so many podcasts that I see, and they just fucking, everybody hates on each other. I don't know. I really don't understand it, but it shouldn't be that way.
No.
You know? I mean, it's like, we're a Chicano podcast, and when it comes to like movie podcasts and stuff like that, like we were a huge minority because every time I would try to find other Chicanos, it was a lot of like white people and shit like that, you know, African American and stuff like that. And then I did come across like one of these. I was like, oh shit, No I'm 15 podcast, they're cool, and they had some, you know, fucking Latinos. I'm like, oh, and even when we were on this show, we did fucking Blood In Blood Out.
Oh, and, that's awesome.
He was like. Oh yeah, fuck. He's like, dude, it felt good to like, you know, have some Chicanos on the show. I'm like, yeah, it's like, you know, we're few and far between, and then the ones that we exist, we all hate on each other.
Yeah,
like, man,
I don't get it.
Yeah,
I don't think that there's anything to understood. I maybe just assess it and look at it and walk away from it and just move on because. We're all just. I mean, there's. What do you say that there's always there's a piece for everybody, or there's enough for everybody to go around, right?
There's a piece for everyone.
Yeah.
There's enough to go around.
There's enough listeners for everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's how it should be.
Not everyone hits the same market. Yeah, everyone's Latinos, but everyone's show is different, and it's a different niche for everybody.
True that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then, you know, going back to how you said the dynamic from the early days to now, that's one of the things that's fucking changed, where back when the main market was all comedians, fucking stand-up comics, had all their shows and shit like that. And you had others like, you know, just the basic, you know, fucking Joe Blow, whatever guy, you know, me, whatever, you know, all those peeps.
Yeah.
Now, everybody and their fucking mom has a podcast. And then especially when COVID hit, all the fucking celebrities, actors, actresses were like, we can't do shit. Let's start a podcast.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, then they all, you know, join the game. We're like, dude, you know, this is our field. Like, stay out of it. So it's like, now it's just like so many people fucking have a podcast. So that's the hardest part about it, is that just trying to get noticed, because it's like, dude, there's so many out there now. It's like, you know, you want to be found. Like with me, like, I know we have a good show. Like I truly, like, I'll listen and I don't cringe, and I'm like, no, we have a fucking funny show, but we're not huge. We're not blowing up and shit like that. And I'll admit it. Like, I'm not gonna be one that's gonna try to fucking fake it and be like, oh yeah, we got fucking millions of listens and shit.
Yeah, you
like,
got people blowing up your DMs and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
not shit like that. Like, I'll be honest, like we're not. You know, there'll be moments where like fucking I'll be like, fuck, we only got this many downloads. I'm like, shit. I'm like, the episode's fucking good. But when people tune in, they'll be like, oh shit, that made me fucking laugh. And it's like, oh, this was really funny, because I'll see it on Twitter. Twitter's the main one where like I'll get like interaction more than I would do on Instagram. Because Instagram, what blows up is the fucking videos I post and all this shit. The little, you probably seen the Blood In, Blood Out mashup with fucking the Anchorman. There were two, like I edited them together.
Oh, dude, pull that up because I haven't seen that one.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Okay, go to it's on my Instagram. I mean, you're probably gonna have to scroll because.
Should we do reels or just some?
You know what? You actually just go back to fucking. If you go to my TikTok, you'll probably follow it there.
Oh, shit.
You find it on your link tree?
Oh yeah, because my TikTok is there.
Oh,
The
okay,
link tree.
Perfect.
Yeah, so if you go to my TikTok, fucking, and then I got something for you. So we'll get to that in a little bit.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So if you scroll down, you'll see. It's gonna look blocked off. Watch right there. For some reason, they fucking blocked it. This is the second time I posted it. The second time I posted it, but watch anyways.
What do you want to do,
Here it comes.
You gotta pay your dues to me, pinche mamon. And fuck you! You want another fracaso badass? Come and get it, motherfucker!
I've had enough of you, man-tooth. This is gonna end right here, right now. Let's dance, dickweed.
Fuck these other vatos, ese! Get up, Chucky! Get up!
Come get a taste.
You gotta answer to me here and now. Come on, toe to toe. Let's go, motherfucker!
Rick, where'd you get a hand grenade?
I don't know. Let's see what kind of man you are. I'm gonna squash you like the PJ bug you are. Come on, motherfucker!
Boy, that escalated quickly.
See, so I'll post stuff like that on, and that's what like blows up,
Yeah.
Fucking, I'll make like little videos and like music related stuff. If you scroll up a little bit, like the Monday one, like I like doing little Monday ones, like right there on the right. So like I'll add the fucking text and shit like that to like stuff like that. So if you click down, it's short. It's
This
like
one right here?
yeah. So.
That's cool.
So like things like that, like
Yeah.
I'll create them, and like if it's mine, I edit it, I put it together and stuff like that. Like obviously that footage isn't mine, just the lady, but
Right.
I added the text, I added the music, so on and so forth, things like that. Then I will put like my hashtag, like that one I put together, the best scene in Harry Potter.
But I want to see that one. The Han Cholo
Yeah,
answer
I
is
love
fun.
that one.
How did Han Cholo come?
Oh, okay. I'll once you show it, I'll tell you.
All right, our next letter or email comes from Hanson_Spice Girl 98 Forever. Asks, my wife has been having baby fever. I want to have kids one day, but I don't think I'm ready to be a father. What should I do? First off, dog, if you've learned anything, follow the advice of Darth Vato, because he has a lot of issues with his kids, dog. Even I have issues with my kids, eh? If you know what happened, I had to get some heart surgery, dog, because he broke my heart, eh? He literally actually shoved a lightsaber through my heart, eh? But you don't want to get any kids, eh?
And there's one more I think of. I did. Oh, right there, right up, just right above it. Another fan letter.
one right here?
Yeah.
Our next email comes from Friendzone02. Dear Mr. Cholo, I'm tired of being the nice guy. Every girl I like says I'm like a friend or a brother to you. I'm tired of being pushed over for all the jerks. What do I do? All right, this is a good one right here, Doug. You know what you gotta do? First, change your name, man. That's not a good name. Papa or something, dog. Like Big Papa. I don't know, but that's a good name. Another thing too, dog. You gotta be tough, dog. Like me. See, I'm a cholo, dog. I'm a jerk, dog. La princesa, Princess Loca, dog. I was a huge a-hole, as you had to put it, because get kids watching this. So I was mean to her, called me a nerve herder, dog. And what happened? She fell in love with me, dog. And we had a kid, and now we have problems with that. But it's okay. All I did, dog, is just act like a hard ass, and that's what you need to do. So every time she asks you, your females, the friends, you just say, I know, dog, because that's what I did. She told me I love you, and I said, I know.
Yeah, like I'm actually. What's hilarious about fucking TikTok and people who are trying to TikTok and shit. This is where I'll sound like a fucking I got the million views and shit. Like in which it's hilarious, but it's also like a big like I'm an idiot at the same time because it's like, all right, so I got all these Han Cholo things, right? This is basically Han Cholo 2015 because that's when he started. Right. Han Cholo was created in 2015, and I mean, look, I got 21 fucking thousand followers and shit like that, like all the likes and so on, because it's like I have a buddy, like I ended up like becoming really close with this one guy. I did. This director, he did actually a documentary on, it's called The Last Blockbuster. So it's about the very last blockbuster.
Up in Oregon.
Yeah. So this director guy, he wanted to do, during COVID, a homemade Back to the Future Part 2. So what it is that a bunch of people would sign up and you are in charge of a scene from Back to the Future, and you have to do it at home using only resources from being at home. Oh, that's the famous fucking the one in the bottom that you just clicked. I'll tell you about it right now. So, with the whole like, so you would do, and I ended up doing a whole scene where it's at the very end of Back to the Future Part 2. You get the trailer for Part 3. So I did a whole thing at home with my kids. We did the whole trailer to Back to the Future Part 3. And at that point, one of the guys that was on there, I became friends with him. And he works for, I forget her fucking name, but she's huge online. She's big. And he works with her. Like he'll help like film and write or something like that, direct. And like she's big. She's gone viral and shit like that. I forget what her fucking name is. I wish I knew. She would do videos for Me Too also and stuff like that. She's done stuff for Disney now.
Wow.
And he told me, he was like, hey, you should put your stuff on TikTok. And I was like, nah, fucking TikTok. At the time, I was like, fucking, it's all dancing kids. And
how long ago was this?
I believe this had to be 2020.
Okay.
Yeah, like later on at the end of 2020, or maybe actually 2021, to tell you the truth, because I was still trying to build 88. So he's like, oh, you should post it and stuff like that. And I'm like, all right, So yeah, I believe it was early 2021. And I was like, all right, whatever, fucking, I'll post it. Like, no one's going to give a shit. Like, fucking. So I posted it because I'm like, well, the kids are fucking, they want to dance and shit like that. They're not going to want to look at a guy being a fucking cholo, like, being like, hey, dog, hey, orale, And I did. And they fucking started blowing up, as you could clearly see. And the thing is, it's like, I was like, holy shit, like, it's fucking popular. But I haven't, like, I should take advantage of the followers, the views, and create more, which I fucking haven't, And it's just like, that's where I feel like I'm an idiot, because like, dude, fucking run with it, because you do make money off of the fucking views,
bro.
But so I did submit. LA Comic Con is coming up, and because of COVID, we weren't going to cons and shit. Like the main thing, you said you saw the interviews and shit. It's Han Cholo going and interviewing people at cons, and I confuse them with other people.
Oh, that's the greatest thing, right?
You know, so like, for instance, like you see the Rick and Morty.
That was the one I watched.
And I say, like, oh, Doc Brown. And he's like, no, I'm Rick Sanchez. I'm like, oh, hey, Rick, Walking Dead. That's what I do, So like, I'll fuck around and it's like, that's like, I think like just like a little, that's like the long one, like, but I did break them up into little ones. I mean, the TikTok is the one that has the little short, stuff like that. Cause the TikTok, I think I recently just like, see right there, like fucking Ash Williams from Evil Dead. I'm like, oh, they fucking Ash.
Am I here with one of the kitty's favorite? I'm talking to Ash Ketchum, man, from Pokemon.
No, not Ash. Not Ash Ketchum. Ash Williams, the original Ash.
Oh, okay. So maybe they had an '80s Pokemon. So I like Ash Williams from Pokemon.
No, not that one. Not the Pokemon one. The one with the chainsaw hand.
Orale. Oh, they have new generation Pokemon. Con like when it's later, the 2000s. So you got Ash Williams con chainsaw, and that's nice. All the kids, they run up to you and say, hey, like, I mean, it's kind of weird for the kids, but they like it for Pokemon, right?
It's not wrong. Completely wrong one. There's no Pokemon.
Was he really getting like agitated?
No. See, that's
Is this the response from them?
Pokemon with a chainsaw.
Well, the real one, the only real legit one is if you scroll all. Oh, actually, I recently posted it. Scroll up a little bit. No, I mean, I guess down.
Down.
Let's see. You just look for like the fucking. No, keep going. Let me see. I know I had. It was the fucking like the Dragon Ball Z and shit like that. Oh, there it is to the left. No, one more down. Right there. Yeah, that one.
Han Cholo here. I'm here with fucking Michelangelo from Ninja Turtles.
Master Roshi.
Oh, Master Yoshi. Oh, Mario Brothers, dog. Yoshi, dog. Yoshi, eh?
Matter what? Should I take your man card away from you? You don't know Dragon Ball Z. What's the matter with you?
Oh, no. Oh, hey, dog. Dragon Ball Z. Oh, that means when you're in class, you're the last student because it's Z. You know, when you're first, you know, Alberto is A, dude. They put you first, dog. And
listen to this fool over here.
And who's this? Hey, who's this right here, dog? You got Mario, Yoshi right here, dog.
It's Trunks. Trunks.
Oh, Tron, dog. Hey, órale, los 80s, dog. Con Disney, you know, they made the sequel Legacy, Tron Legacy, dog. Es los dos, güey. Aquí estoy con Tron y Yoshi, dog. Mario Brothers y Disney.
I'm a prince. Don't forget that. I'm
Han Cholo here.
That's from there. But yeah, like they were the first ones where like. Because, all right, so here, I'll give you the backstory to the whole Han Cholo thing. Was where, with the Brothers Bear podcast, I got press tickets to fucking the Star Wars Celebration 2015 in May. I think it was May. And so we went, and I was like, I wanted to go dressed up as fucking... like Spock. I thought that'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
Like fucking Star Wars, and there I am showing up in fucking Star Trek and shit. And then I was like, nah, you know, so I'm like, I want to cosplay. Like I really want to be in costume, but I was like, I already, you know, I got my bald head and shit. I'm like, fuck, dude. Like everything I try to cosplay, because I used to dress up like Marty McFly, you know, then I shave my head. I'm like, fucking look like Martin McFly, you know?
Yeah.
Fucking, it's like, I was like, shit. So then at one point I was like, oh, maybe I'll do Han Solo. That'd probably be easy. But I'm like, I'm going to fucking look like a cholo, the fucking Han Solo. And then that's when I was like, Han Cholo. Orale, you know.
Yeah.
So fucking I grabbed everything like the upper half is Cholo, the lower half is fucking Han Solo, you know. So you know, and I had my mom fucking sew the pants and shit, you know, to help me out. You know, I got some fucking biker boots and shit, all fucking from a thrift store.
Yeah.
Everything I found from a fucking thrift store, you know, and. We went, you know, so I was like, I want to have, you know, my co-host. So I had my little brother. It was like, oh, you know what? He's going to be fucking Darth Vato. You know, that to mix it up, like, you know, so he's Darth Vato. And then our other co-host is like, oh, he'll be Chewie. Because he had the beard, the fucking hair. He's like, dude, he's hairy. You know, fucking, he'll be the Chewie. He wasn't there for that one. That was actually LA Comic-Con, in which that's funny because look at our picture in fucking Reddit. I mean, look how I mean, shit. What is it? Is that 29 million fucking likes for this, or is that something else? No. Well, I mean, shit. A lot of people would fucking post, but anyways, so you know, we did it at Star Wars Celebration, and you know, it was okay. We had fun and shit. And then at Long Beach Comic Con in September was coming up. At that point, I wanted to do it again, so. I started dating right there, and who's now my wife and my son, my stepson right there, little Owen. I was like, I want them to join in. So it was like, fucking, what is it? Felipe Esparza has this comedy bit of the real Mexican, called, you know, Arturito. You know, fucking that's not Chewie. It's you know, a little fucking the robot Arturito. You know, so then she. Got that idea of like, oh, okay, well, Arturito, we're gonna do, and then so she designed it, the whole getup of you know, our son and her. You're like, all right, you know, Princess Leia, well, Princess Loca, Chola and shit. So that's how it started. So when we went to right below it, that image right below is an actual from Long Beach Comic Con, and that is what blew up for us, huge. And we were gonna go, and I was just gonna do interviews again on YouTube. If you look. Like, you don't have to go, but if on YouTube, you could just Brothers Bear podcast, and you see some interviews where you see me, just whatever. Like, those were legit, like, oh, hey, so Comic-Con, you know, just asking stupid regular questions. Not even trying to be funny. Just getting, like, try to get some insight in news and shit like that. That's what we were going to do. I was going to do that. But we fucking huge blew up. You know, like, because my film guy was going to come on Sunday. On Saturday, I had one of my buddies that was just going to do photos. So we're going to, you know, case the place to check it out, do photos and stuff like that. Well, that night, a lot of our friends are like, hey, you're like trending everywhere. We're like, what? So by Sunday, people are all coming up to us. Like, you guys are fucking blew up. And we start looking, and we're everywhere online. Like, we fucking went viral quick. Cool. So at that moment, my buddy, who's the camera guy, I was like, we're changing it. I'm going to start doing this character. We're going to do videos on this character. Because at the end of Star Wars Celebration, we did that. We ended the show with me like, hey, orale, we're here, Star Wars Celebration. Like, I did the whole character. My throat kind of hurts for some fucking reason, so I can't even do it properly. But so we're like, we ran with it. And that's where I started going. So I have an old intro, like, you know, I'm here, Long Beach Comic Con, getting some interviews, blah, blah, blah. And you know, just having fun with it. Like, and I love doing, I love to edit. So like, and when you watch it, you'll see like pictures pop up. The way the Han Cholo interview, I mean, the letters, how the images pop up. I like that because that adds more comedy.
Right.
Because you're visually seeing some more shit, you know? So I would do that. And yeah, I would go up to people and I would tell them, hey, I'm not gonna know who you are. Like I know who you are, but my character, I'm gonna interview you, but I don't know who you are. So just play with it, okay? Like, you could get upset, or you know, you however you want, just run with it, okay? And that's all it is. So like the first one when I interviewed them, the ones when I say Yoshi and shit like that was the one where I was like, hey, can I interview you? You know, I'm just gonna, you know, have fun and not know who you are and shit like that. In which I don't watch Dragon Ball Z, so I really didn't know who the fuck they were, right? So, and that's why. So they were more of the real, like, what the fuck? Like, you don't know who I am? Like, come on, you know? And like, so we had fun with it. And so at that point, I was like, all right, cool. So other people I would interview, like the Ash Williams, I'm like, you know, I'm like, hey, I'm not gonna know who you are. I'm gonna confuse you with someone else, but just run with it. So however you wanted it. So for him, it was like him trying to correct me. Same with the Rick and Morty, you know. So that's what the character, you know, Han Cholo Adventures, and we started continue going to other cons and stuff like that, and like, you know, doing it. And yeah, it was just fun, like having to fucking do that character and going around but it's like we became a cosplay family, so we started doing other cosplays. We have like an Invader Zim cosplay, fucking the Cholo Brown, you know, Gravity Falls. So we were doing a bunch of other stuff. So we became more of a cosplay family. So it wasn't always the focus of you know, fucking Han Cholo, but you know, with our family being public and viral and all that shit, you know, we like my son's passing was like fucking public to the world. So it really like affected us to kind of back out a bit from the world. And then when we tried to return right there, fucking, you know, we got pregnant again. Then I got my wife pregnant back to back. My schedule has changed, and then COVID happened. So it was just one of those where we just disappeared. We're like, we're done, you know? But then again, the TikTok, this time I was like, you know what? I'm actually gonna create some content, you know. So then that's why I reposted the video and I submitted for LA Comic Con, and hopefully we get some press passes and I'll create some new content, like going around, and because I have already, one of the main ones is Zelda, Legend of Zelda. I want to find someone dressed like Link, and the whole fucking time I call him Zelda, you know. So then that's like that's what I want to do. Like I had some interviews I had to toss out because the fucking people were terrible. I did one with Nightwing, some kid who dressed up like Nightwing, and he was garbage, dude. He was
garbage?
Yeah. Well,
what do you mean he was garbage?
In the sense of like the interview, because see, here's the thing. You have to have some sense of a little bit of improv in you. Like, you don't have to be a comedian, but you got to be able to play along and have fun and give me something to work with, because I go in and I don't have a script. Like, everything I did in those videos, I'm not going over there and being like, all right, this is what I'm going to say. This is what you're going to say. It's fucking all improv. So I'm going over there and I'm running with this. So like the moment she said Trance, I don't know what the fuck Trance was. So I heard Tron. So right away I said, oh, Tron, fucking Disney. That's why, you know? So it's like, and you know, I'll kind of like, I'll look at someone and I'll be like, okay, I'll try to do this. Like when I interviewed Jesus, I'm like, I knew I was going to go Born in East LA with that shit, you know? So I ran with that, you know, and then just wherever the interview goes. But there were some where like some guy who's dressed like Sandman, and it was terrible. I couldn't use it. So there's some where like I don't use the footage and I'll cut it early because I already know.
Yeah.
So it just varies of how well the interview can go with the person, you know. But I'm hoping that this we're able to go and I could get a bunch of new interviews.
And when is the LA count?
It's actually in December, the first weekend of December. So it's plenty of time. Also, too, like I got fucking like if you look at the old BrotherBear, like I was fucking maybe like 185 whatever at the time, and now I'm like fucking 235. I got fat, like whatever. Yeah. Fucking tacos and shit. But it's like. I'm trying to slim down because I can't be fucking Han Cholo, fucking Gordo Cholo, like fucking walking around and shit. Even though
like, hey, fat Cholo,
right? I mean, if on Star Wars Celebration, I did Han Cholo again, and if you look at photos on me, I'm like, all right, clearly the guy, but then I just look like a big Cholo, like I was like, all right, it kind of works out, but I want to be smaller, So I with my new job, I'm very active and shit like that, so it's like, all right, I already lost 10 pounds. I could get more, but I'm trying to get back to it. But that photo that you have on, that was San Diego Comic-Con. So I wanted to go to a fucking barber shop and shit, and I wanted them to clean up my beard. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking pay. I'm gonna have them all nice and shit. So I went to this one fucking shop over there in Irwindale, and like I was like, I'm waiting, and then there's this fucking I never even seen that Han Cholo one, and shit, a lot of the fucking things blew up. Look at like the image right above it. There's like a cartoon, like I don't know when someone did that shit, but fucking Han Cholo right there.
That's cool.
It's shit like that would pop up and stuff like that. But that one of Han Cholo, that one's existed, I think, before us. Was the one right above, like the actual Han Solo. I know that existed before us. But there's another guy that goes around like after us that he started going as Han Cholo. Like there's a lot of shit. But so the guy, like I trust him, and he was this old fucking veterano looking guy, and I was like, all right, this fucking guy, look at his beard. And when I'm like there and he's like starting to cut it and shave and fix it up, he ends up fucking cutting this shit short. And then he cuts it like all fucking, like that's why like the picture, like and I was like, dude, I was so mad. So like I was pissed off, and I'm like, really? We're going to fucking the main Comic-Con in the fucking world, San Diego Comic-Con, and I look like a fucking fool. Like I was so mad. And then like the newspaper interviewed us and shit like that, and I was just pissed off. And then because of my old job, Telemundo wanted to interview us.
What?
But I had to fucking go to work. Like I'm like, can you schedule so I could request a day off? Like, no, they want to do it right away. I was like, God damn it. And I couldn't, they wouldn't let me miss work. So I'm not even in the interview. So it's just my wife and my son. They're fucking doing the interview without me. And I'm like, dude. And I'm like, and when I looking back, I'm like, I should have fucking called out. Let them me
dude.
up. I should have just fucking stayed home and been a part of that interview and shit.
Call out.
Yeah. So it was just one of those. I was like, man, but like, yeah, like we just blew up huge. There's this fucking in Texas. This guy ended up, I think it was like 2018, maybe 2019. He did like a live fucking whole like skit thing, comedy show with like it's called Star Wars, and I guaranteed he got the idea like because he tried to say like, no, I've had this idea, but I'm like, when he was promoting the Kickstarter to make money, he used our photos. So you can't fucking claim that
you can't.
You weren't in the idea that wasn't because you used our photos. Like what the fuck? Like, you're raising money and you used our photos. Like, come on, so, and he did try to invite us to go down, but it was in Texas. Like we weren't going to go down there, and stuff like that. But I mean, there's just instances like that. Like it's crazy because like the Cholo movement honestly blew up after us. Like, and like, I'm telling you, September.
What do you mean the Cholo movement?
So September 12th is when we did this. We went viral, fucking Cholos and shit like that. The videos, like it blew up. Shortly afterwards, again, the bottom one right below that you're clicked right below it is, Kamikaze. That one is when we brought more people, and that fucking, so you got Loco Skywalker. That's supposed to be fucking homie Juan Kenobi, but my buddy, like a fucking moron, shaved his beard. And then when he showed up in class, that's my camera guy. When he showed up in class, I'm like, the fuck? He's like, dude, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I shaved my beard. So that's why people are like, oh, he looks like fucking Indiana Jones. If he had the beard. But see, the thing is, we base his look on a fucking ranchero. Like if you look up a ranchero from Mexico, old school, they have the dust. They looked exactly like that. But if he had the fucking beard, it would have worked. Instead, he fucking looks like Indiana Jones. And you got Darth Loco Skywalker. So again, we blew up all huge there. Well, shortly afterwards, Mitu started doing Cholos Try.
Oh, yeah.
That became all huge. Cholo Fit with the one guy that's now in
Frankie Sionis?
Yeah. He started doing his shit too. So like Cholo stuff started becoming mainstream.
Right.
You know? And it's like, I'm not saying like, oh, it's the cause of us, but like, I can guarantee we helped put the Cholo into the spotlight, and then they're like, oh, well, we're going to run with it and do it. You know, there was this other guy that would do like fucking Vine videos and TikTok videos and shit. Not TikTok, YouTube videos. And he ended up doing like a Star Wars, but clearly couldn't use like, because we had the characters, we created them. So he did his own like little version and stuff. But yeah, like on it, like we blew up like with that, and like a whole bunch of like the Cholo stuff just started to pop up into the media, you know, and became spotlighted. And like, I mean, we were right there at the forefront to help build that. And I mean, it was fucking cool. But our goal was to just point out that fucking, you know, Latinos, Chicanos, like, we're fucking nerds too.
Yeah.
We like
no, I get
shit.
that. Yeah.
That's all it was. It's like, because I'm a huge fucking nerd. I love movies and shit, you know, fucking collecting well, not anymore with the kids that fucking want to open them and shit. So I stopped that long ago. But you know, fucking, it's just like I'm a huge geek, you know, but I'm also, you know, I'm a fucking Chicano. I'm, you know, and I wanted to show the world that we're not all about fucking lowriders and shit and fucking, you know, Cortez Nikes and shit, and fucking Dickies. Like we're not all fucking cholos, you know. We're not drug dealers and shit. Because when you look in the world of like media and shit, like we're gonna be a gangster. We're gonna be a fucking cholo. We're gonna be a drug dealer. We're gonna be in prison. Like and it's sad. Like we're more than that. We are geeks too. And there's a guy in Pomona barbershop. We were gonna go to a photo shoot, so I wanted him to fucking do me right, bro, because this other guy fucked me up, and he did it, you know, fucking all clean. And then he's like, "You guys kind of resemble," and we're like, "Oh yeah, that's us." He's like, "Oh shit, I'm a huge fan." And this guy, fucking huge Star Wars fan, and he told us that. It's like, I love that you guys are showing that us Latinos we're geeky, we're nerdy too. And I'm like, yeah, and that's really what we love. Whenever we would get interviewed or anything, we just wanted to show that Latinos are nerds too, man. And we love the same shit as everybody else, man. And yeah, it was really what the goal was with our cosplay. And it was just, and for fun, you know, it's like, I know I'm a caricature of a cholo, but I haven't had issues where a cholo wants to beat my ass. Be like, what the fuck, dog? Eh? Fucking make you fun of me, dog? Eh? What the fuck? You know, like, nah, people, so far they've been cool, because I'm not like going around and like knocking a specific guy or some shit. Like, I'm just, you know, it's Han Cholo, right? I know people be like, why isn't it Juan Cholo? I'm like, or Juan Solo. I'm like, because Juan Solo is more like, that would be a Mexican. Like, you know, so Han Cholo is more like the guy that grew up fucking in East Tatooine, you know, fucking, he's a Cholo. So that fits more, and that's why. But yeah, man, it's just been fun. I'm hoping, you know, fucking, it could go for more. We'll see, you know, come December. Hopefully I could get some footage, and maybe the TikTok I'll take advantage of, you know, advantage.
Well,
of
dude, the following right now is that's nuts. That's freaking crazy.
Anybody else, like, that's what I'm saying. Anybody else would be like, fuck, they're trying to be TikTokers and shit. And they want to get that following, and they're trying hard. And me, like, I didn't even fucking try, and I fucking did.
What
I'm not even taking advantage.
No.
About people are like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I know I could probably be making money and shit, being all TikToker, and I'm not. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Instead, I'm fucking stupid, dude. Like, I should, you know. But yeah, I got some gifts for you.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, you know, it's fucking
It's Christmas time.
Right? Not the keys. Those are mine.
Okay.
We'll take the card.
All right.
Well, first, here, I'll give you this, because I also started my own like little side business.
Oh, cool.
I do a bunch of I have a store, Sanch Designs. So I have a lot of fucking designs where you could buy shirts and stuff right now. So, but I also have stickers. But like long ago, first, we got 88 sticker for you and shit like that.
Sweet.
But
Put
here
the
you
camera
go.
over here. There we go. Boom.
But here you go. Here's the famous 3.
Oh, sweet, dude. Okay, we got Hancholo.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right. Arturito.
So cute.
He's fucking awesome. And Princess Loca. Oh yeah.
So yeah,
these are fucking awesome, dude.
I do have those on shirts, so you can order. If you go to sanchdesigns.com, you could actually get a Hancholo shirt, Arturito shirt.
Pull up the store.
Oh yeah, it'll be the merch store. But currently, right now, if you go to the website's a little different right now because I'm currently having a Halloween sale. So because with the new Halloween movie, in which what the fuck, it was a garbage.
We just came back from watching it.
We just watched it.
Oh, you guys just saw it? Oh shit!
Yeah.
And we're like, it was great. No, I'm just kidding.
But it's like with the spooky season, all my Halloween themed shirts are fucking $17 right now. So for instance, like that one, that is a mashup design I did based on La Loteria and Adam's Family, Morticia, La Maceta. So it's like that's actually one of my best sellers. So that one you could get currently right now for $17. But that's what I wanted to bring you because earlier I asked you.
Oh, sweet, man.
So I got you extra large.
Oh shit! Look it.
Oh, that's cool.
Hold on,
very awesome.
See, so there's Princess Loca right there. You could get yourself a Princess Loca. Oh yeah, see, so La Maceta. So you got your own Sanch Designs, and that all right there, designed by me. Now the Hancholo, all 3 of the Hancholo, Princess Loca, and Arturito, those 3, one of my buddies, art by Richard. He actually did those for us long ago. So those are the only 3 designs that I have in which I own them. So that's why I'm able to sell them. But everything else is all designed by me. So it's very much a mixture of pop culture. Like I love The Rock and shit like that. Mm-hmm. So, I got like fucking El Músico is Trent Reznor because that guy's a fucking musician of everything. The guy play guitars, fucking keyboards and shit like that. So like I have fun like that. Like so that's kind of like the side business that I've been doing, especially since it's been hard to try to get together and record with Freddie because he is a lead singer to a Depeche Mode tribute band.
Oh.
So his weekends, he's fucking out. He just
he's doing
performed this
shows.
weekend. But because that's his main gig, he also sells there you go, 88 Miles Per Hour podcast. The shirt that I'm wearing right there, designed by me, is in the style of fucking Grand Theft Auto and shit like that. But it also too, like one of our most highest rated shows was Born in East LA, that episode. So that's why I got fucking right here, Cheech Marin right there. And then also too, because of Scarface, that episode was really what changed 88 Miles Per Hour podcast because we focused on a scene in Scarface. You've seen Scarface, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So towards the end, when after fucking Tony Montana, his girl fucking just left him, and everybody just fucking turned their back on Tony, and he's chilling at the club, just fucking. There's this guy who's clearly, he's a comedian. He's in a fucking suit with the fucking big old mask, dancing the fucking Frank Sinatra, having a good time, and there's these 2 guys in the crowd who are about to try to assassinate fucking Tony Montana.
Right.
While when they start shooting, they kill this fucking guy. They shoot the guy dancing and shit, and then we like started focusing like, who is this guy?
Yeah,
like, what? It's a fucking comedian. This guy who was paid to be there to entertain just fucking died because of Tony, and we started like having this whole bit where like, what if this was his last day? And his wife's like, I'll go to work today, and he's like, nah, fucking this is it. This is my final show. I'm gonna retire. We're gonna go on vacation, and then he fucking dies. Or what if it's the other way around where they're like, he's like, man, this if I finally got a good gig, my life is gonna turn around, and there he fucking dies. So that was the beginning of where 88 changed for us. So that's why I have Tony Montana part of this shirt. And obviously because, 88 Miles, it's done in Back to the Future. It's why you see the DeLorean and the flower to Depeche Mode because of Freddie. He's the lead singer of Depeche Mode, a tribute band. Oh, shit. And I just dropped the bottle water. So that's why I like the design. So you could get this shirt. Brothers Bear podcast shirt. But yeah, all my designs, that's what I've been doing on the side right now. SanchDesigns.com. The link is on my website merch store. But yeah, there's the 4 shirts right now. No, 5. I'm sorry. $17. Normally $25, but they're all Halloween themed. I got excuse me. Like I said, the one I gave you, La Maceta, La Muerte. Fucking Jack Skellington. I mean, out of all skeleton, what was gonna be Jack? Why not? Shit like that. So that's kind of what I've been doing on the side, but I wanted to bring you a little cool gift and some stickers.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear it on probably the next one.
All right, on
next couple of ones. Bro, this was nice.
Oh shit,
Santos, this was great. You have a couple of minutes to talk about where we can find all your stuff.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh, I had another sticker. So
cool.
I realized.
Oh, sweet. Oh, actually, you know what? Put that one right there. I got a little merch table going right there. You can just throw it right there. And you can take a pin, business cards, stickers. I got everything right there.
All right, cool. Yeah, you got all. I'm assuming these are all your past guests.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, cool. I think I follow those guys. Right? I don't know. I think Ranting with Ramos. I think I stopped following just because it was like some of the stuff he was posting. I was like, all right, I don't believe this shit. So I didn't want it on my feed. So nothing against him. It's just certain things. I'm like when post, I was like, I don't want to see this on my feed. So it's like I said, and the other guys rambling. I knew them because I think one of the guys on that show was a guest on our show, and Brother Bear played guitar, so we had him on. So.
Lou Arriaga, probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
We talked wrestling and shit, fucking 80s wrestling, dude. That was a good episode, so, but yeah, so that's how I know them. Oh, I'm supposed to tell you about
sell yourself. Come on.
I'm not talking about other podcasts. Now I'm going to get fucking probably shit from that guy. He's like, oh, you don't listen to my show? What the fuck? And I'm like, no, I just don't follow your feed. I'm sorry. I'm nothing against you. You're probably awesome. I don't know. I'm just don't follow the feed. I apologize. I mean, he's a cool guy. Okay, cool. I'm just saying I don't follow, so I don't want to hear people like, oh, you hear he's fucking talking shit about you. No, pues. All I said was I don't follow you. That's all. Nada más. But I mean, you could, basically for sure at Linktree, Brothers Bear Network is everything for the podcast. There is the main one that I do with movies related is 80s, 88 miles per hour podcast. You could find us on Instagram at 88 mph podcast. We're also on Twitter. Then there's the Brothers Bear Network, the show that I do with my brother. It's a whole reboot show. It's a lot of fun, just reminiscing and comedy, laughing. So that's the Brothers Bear podcast. I haven't really been posting on Instagram lately for that. Oh, look, there's the clown face. That's actually all the clips about what I was talking about earlier. But yeah, so you could just go to brothersbearnetwork.com. You can find us all. I am on TikTok if you want to see the Han Cholo stuff.
Yes. We want more.
Yeah, just put Han Cholo 2015 and you should pop up. You'll see a picture of me leaning up against a wall. So yeah, and you can follow me, and I post stuff similar. And again, if you want to get some merchandise or you want to get a podcast shirt, go to the SanchDesigns.com and follow my store as Sanch_designs on Instagram. And for your listeners right now, if you want to get a podcast shirt of 88 miles per hour podcast, just go. I don't even think I have the link available. You know what? I'll text it to you later because I'm like, if I give you a promo code, I'm like, I don't even have it active.
Put it down.
Or you know what? I'll put it in when you say it. So right now, I'll put Mind Buzz. If you go use Mind Buzz, God damn it, I keep kicking my up over. I'll hook you up with 15% off.
Cool.
Awesome.
So yeah.
There we go. Well, all of the links to Sancho's stuff will be down in the show description.
The Mind Buzz.
And that was another one. I love you all.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Mind Buzz podcast. Subscribe to the Mind Buzz YouTube channel and watch full podcast episodes. Keep up with the hosts, guests, and upcoming events by following the Mind Buzz on Instagram at the Mind Buzz. See you on the next one.